Alrighty, guys, we went 4-2 in my personal sports bets on my website yesterday. We also went undefeated in our NFL tier package bets. That was 2-0 with a push in that package. But before we get into some more of that, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to the video here today for Monday, September 19th, 2022. My name is Brock Page, and I've been doing sports picks for free right here on YouTube since 2016. And if you want to see which one of these games that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Twins squaring off against the Guardians, 1:10 Eastern start time. Cleveland's the $1.20 favorite at home, total 7 runs. Kyle Quantrill for the Guardians, Sonny Gray for Minnesota. Now, Sonny Gray is 8-4 in the year with an ERA in the 2s. Now, the Twins have also got themselves a winning record against divisional opponents. They're 35-28 against the AL Central this year. Luis Arias has also had a great year at the plate. He's hitting .317 and ranks 4th in the majors in that category. Meanwhile, teammate Byron Buxton, he has a team-best 28 homers. They're taking on a Cleveland squad who's consistently had issues at the plate all season long. These guys are in the bottom 10 in scoring, and they're second to last in the bigs and homers per contest. Now, total-wise, no real surprise here. Cleveland's 61% to the under against the AL Central at Progressive Field. Meanwhile, the Twins saw unders in 6 out of their last 10. I'm going to lean toward Minnesota plus $1, under 7. Next game, Mariners, Angels, 4:07 Eastern first pitch. Seattle's the $1.35 favorite on the road, total 7.5 runs. Logan Gilbert for the Mariners, Jose Suarez for Los Angeles. Now, the Angels saw overs in 3 out of Suarez's last 5 starts. LA's also gone 60% to the over in their last 10 outings as a team. Meanwhile, Seattle on the other side, they've seen a good amount of overs against the AL West themselves. They're 20-15 to the over in their divisional road games. They've also gone 7-3 to the over in their last 10 meetings with Los Angeles. When it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my board member tier package bet on my website. So if you want to see whether I'm betting on the money line or run line in this one, there's only one way to find out, and that's to sign up for my board member tier package bet on patreon.com/BrockPage. And just remember, guys, if you sign up for a package here today on my website, you're going to get access to that membership every single day all the way until October 1st. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get full access to all the cheaper memberships on my site, absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. But as far as making a free play is concerned, I'm going to lean toward the over 7.5 in that game. Next matchup, Cubs, Marlins, 6:40 p.m. East. Miami's -135, total 7. Edward Cabrera for Miami, Wade Miley for Chicago. And even though Miley's got just 28 innings of work with the Cubbies this year, they've been pretty good. He's got a .289 ERA along with 23 strikeouts. Chicago also got the dub in 4 out of their last 6. And they're led by Nico Horner, who's batting nearly .300 at the dish. Now they're taking on a Marlins team on the other side of things, who actually took the loss in 3 out of their last 4 Cabrera starts. Now Miami's biggest issue this season has been their offensive production. These guys are currently in the bottom 5 in OPS. And in addition to that, they're also averaging only 3.6 runs a game for the entire year. Now, total-wise, Miami went 6-2 to the under in their last 8 Cabrera starts. Meanwhile, Chicago, on the other side, they went 9-1 to the under in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Cubs, plus 1.5, under 7. Next ball game I have for you, it is going to be Astros at the Rays. That's going to be a 6:40 Eastern first pitch. Now, Tampa Bay is -120, total 7. Drew Rasmussen for the Rays, Luis Garcia for the Astros. Now, Houston did clinch a postseason berth, So look for them to approach these games slightly different than usual. Now they're taking on a Rays team on the other side who is right in the mix for a playoff spot, and they've played some really good baseball at home. These guys are currently, they got themselves a .662 win percentage at the Trop this year. They also have Drew Rasmussen on the bump, who's got double-digit victories and an ERA in the twos. Now, offensively, Yandy Diaz, he's really stood out as a star player this season. He's hitting nearly 300 at the plate, very reliable getting on base. Now, total-wise, Tampa Bay went 7-1 to the under in their last 8 Rasmussen starts. Meanwhile, Houston went 60% to the under in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to lean towards Tampa Bay, -120, under 7. Next ball game, it is going to be Tigers at the Orioles, and that'll be a 7:05 Eastern first pitch. Baltimore's the $2 favorite, totals 8 runs. Tyler Wells for the O's, Tyler Alexander for Detroit. Now, Alexander's got double-digit losses on the year, along with a .535 ERA. Meanwhile, as a team, the Tigers dropped 6 out of their last 7, and they continue to fail at the plate. Detroit's dead last in homers, and they're averaging fewer runs a game than any other club in the majors. Now, they also have to face Tyler Wells here today, who's got himself a winning record and a 1.10 whip. Meanwhile, as a team, the O's have been real tough to beat in Baltimore. These guys are actually 11 games over 500 at Camden Yards. Now, Cedric Mullins, he leads the club in batting average right now. He's got the highest qualifying batting average in the lineup. Meanwhile, Ryan Mountcastle, he's the club leader in runs batted in. When it comes to the total, Baltimore saw unders in 6 out of their last 10 ball games. Meanwhile, Detroit's gone 62% to the under when they bat first. I'm going to lean toward Baltimore, -1.5, and the under 8 runs in that tight window. Next matchup, little NL East action. I'm talking about the Nats squaring off against the Braves, 7:20 p.m. East. Atlanta's -350, totals 8.5. Kyle Wright for Atlanta, Corey Abbott for Washington. Now, Abbott's 0-2 in a short body of work with an ERA in the 4s. Meanwhile, as a team, the Nats still have the worst record in baseball, and they allow more runs per game on the road than any other club in the majors. Now, they're taking on a Braves club on the other side of things, who's got 91 wins on the year, and they just pound the baseball. They are very tough to get out. These guys are in the top 3 in scoring, and they're leading the National League in home runs. Austin Riley has a team-best 36 homers. Meanwhile, Matt Olson leads the club in RBI with 91. And even if the bats do end up, going cold here today, Kyle Wright, starting pitcher, he's always going to keep you in it. He's got 18 big wins on the season already, along with over 150 strikeouts. When it comes to the total, 7 out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head meetings did get over the number. So if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. As a matter of fact, the Braves averaged over 6.5 runs a game during that time frame I just mentioned. Meanwhile, Washington went 4-1 to the over in their last 5 on the road. I'm going to lean toward Atlanta, -1.5, over 8.5. Next ball game, Mets, Brewers, 7:40 p.m. East. Now, both clubs are -110, total 7. Corbin Burns for Milwaukee, Max Scherzer for New York. Now, the Mets went 10-5 to the under in their last 15 Scherzer starts. They also saw unders in 6 out of their last 10 meetings with Milwaukee. So once again, if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. Meanwhile, the Brewers on the other side, they saw their last 2 straight Corbin Burns starts fall under the line. When it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my $1.99 daily best play on my website. And if you want to see whether I'm betting on the Mets or the Brewers in this one, that play is only going to cost you just $1.99. And just remember, guys, once again, as I said earlier in the video, if you sign up for a membership here today on my website, You're going to get access to that package every single day, all the way until October 1st. And the link for my daily best play is in the description section below. But as far as making a free pick is concerned, I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the under 7 runs in that ball game. Next matchup I have for you, a little NL West action. I'm talking about the Giants at the Rockies. That's going to be an 8:40 Eastern first pitch in Denver. San Francisco's minus -1.25 on the road, totals 11.5. Jake Junis for San Francisco, Chad Kuhl for Colorado. And even though Kuhl struggled this year, the Rockies as a team, they've played some pretty good baseball lately. They've won 7 out of their last 10 ball games, and they're scoring more runs a game at home than any other club in the league. Now, CJ Cron's got a team best 97 runs batted in. He's 7th in the majors in that stat. Meanwhile, Randall Grichuk, he has the highest qualifying batting average in the lineup here today. Now, Colorado is facing Jake Junis on the other side for the Giants, and I'll tell you what, he's been less than stellar. Junis is just 4-6 on the season with an ERA in the 4s. And when it comes to offensive production, the Giants are currently in the bottom 5 in the league in road hits per game. Now, one more thing to add here, guys. Out of 28 divisional road games this season, San Francisco got the W only 8 times. When it comes to the total, 6 out of the Giants' last 10 meetings with Colorado got over the number. They're also 64% to the over in their divisional road games. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Colorado saw 4 out of their last 5 at Coors Field get over the line. I'm going to lean toward Colorado plus 105, over 11.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It is going to be Diamondbacks taking on the Dodgers, 10:10 Eastern first pitch. Now, the LA Dodgers are minus 260, total 7.5. Clayton Kershaw for Los Angeles, Merrill Kelly for Arizona. Now, Kelly's got a dozen wins on the season, along with 155 strikeouts. The righty's also got an ERA of 3.01 and a 1.11 whip. When it comes to cashing in on the run line, the D-backs do have a winning record against the run line in the in divisional play while traveling. Christian Walker, he's got a team best 34 homers and 83 runs batted in. Now, they're taking on a Dodger club who already clinched the division. And when it comes to the total, 7 out of LA's last 10 meetings with Arizona stayed under the number. Meanwhile, the D-backs went 7-3 the under in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Diamondbacks plus 1.5, under 7.5. With that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like Minnesota plus $1, under 7. Give me the over 7.5 in the Seattle versus Angels game. I like the Cubs plus 1.5, under 7. Tampa Bay minus 120, under 7 runs. Baltimore minus 1.5, under 8. Atlanta minus 1.5, over 8.5 runs. I also like the under 7 in the Mets Brewers game. Give me Colorado plus 105, over 11.5. And with my next and final free pick for the video, I'm going to lean toward Arizona plus 1.5, under 7.5. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.